I adopted Nick as a single mother when he was 5 days old. And he's always highly intelligent, real inquisitive kind of kid. I met my husband when Nick just turned 1 year old. And we were married 6 months later and went on to adopt my daughter.
One day my mom came home and she just signed me up for the first team in New Orleans, and that's how I got started with golf. But overall, as far as childhood, had a fantastic childhood, wouldn't change anything.
But everything did change in the summer of 2005.
The day that we left, I was actually at the first team in New Orleans, and we were having our regular session, and my dad told us to tell everybody to get out of town because the storm's coming.
I had that bad feeling, and I kept looking at the river and how the water kept rising. The river kept rising. When I kept seeing all these different signs, I said, you know what, I ain't gonna wait, I'm leaving.
He said, the hurricane is huge. It's not gonna turn. It's headed straight for us. He said, tell everyone to close down the class right now.
The Narcisse family drove for 10 hours to Verlinda's brother's home in Crowley, Texas, to wait out the storm.
The ghosts are out tonight, possessing me and you.
It was 6 of us in one room. It was cramped, but I had loads of fun. But that was mainly because they told us we were just on vacation. We didn't really know exactly what was going on, which was good because, we were young, but it was pretty bad.
On a Thursday night,
initially, it was quite difficult because the kids were, we're ready to go back. And we had to just keep telling them we can't go home. There is no more home. It's destroyed. You can't live in it. And they didn't understand it. So the first thing I did after I found out that everything was underwater, I immediately enrolled them in school to stop the questions.
While the family remained in Fort Worth, Verlinda was called to Nashville by her employer, the Food and Drug Administration, where she lived and worked for 4 months, until she was able to transfer to Dallas. The family settled in and reconnected with the First Tee chapter.
They were excited because as soon as they got that familiarity and something they knew already, that took away a lot of burden from us and the stress. What are we going to do? So now they can kind of get involved with the First Tee.
Nicholas, he was one of those kids that you kind of tabbed right away. He has a special way about him. He was very serious and kind of shy when he first came to our chapter. But you can see he wasn't afraid of hard work. And that's something for me as a former coach I always look at in terms of kids succeeding in golf and in life.
That just goes back to the things that the First Tee teaches, like perseverance and the turnaround that I had since Hurricane Katrina. Just everything was good in New Orleans, but then to have such tragedy happen and such destruction and everything, and then my family and I, we came out stronger. Nice to meet you, Avery.
One of the things I think that's really cool about Nick is he has never shirked his role as being a role model for the younger people in the chapter. Young people just are kind of drawn to him. They're interested in him. And to his credit, he remains true to himself all the time. And I think those are skills certainly he's learned in our chapter. Everybody here is very, very proud of Nick. And we just can't wait to see what he does next in his life. I know he's going to be successful, but it's great to watch that journey and know that you've had some hand in it.
I feel that through golf and through the First Tee, I can help kids get through whatever they need to get through. So that's one of the main reasons why I do it. Also feels good. It's great for the soul just to help people. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was put on this earth, just to help people.